Sometimes life seeks to stack the odds so high against us that success feels impossible. But every now and then, a person comes along who proves that limitations can be shattered and that fate can be rewritten. She was born into poverty in 1940, the 20th of 22 children in a family living in rural Tennessee. Her arrival into the world was already a struggle. She weighed just over 4 pounds. Medical care was scarce, and as a child, she faced illness after illness: scarlet fever, pneumonia, and worst of all, polio. By the age of 5, her left leg was so badly weakened that doctors told her she would never walk without braces. Yet deep inside, she held on to a quiet belief that her story wasn't finished. Her family, however, refused to give up. Her mother would take her on long bus rides to a hospital 2 towns away, where doctors fitted her with clunky steel braces. Every week, her siblings massaged her legs, determined to help restore health. For years, she endured the stares of strangers and the pain of being left out of games other children played. But this little girl carried a quiet fire inside her. At age 9, she shocked everyone. She took off her braces and walked unaided down the aisle of her church. It wasn't perfect, and it wasn't easy, but she decided she wouldn't live the rest of her life defined by polio. By 12, she was not only walking, she was running, faster than most kids in her town. A local coach noticed her speed and encouraged her to train with the high school boys' track team. Imagine that, a girl who once couldn't walk, now racing neck and neck with boys older and stronger than her. She was still just a teenager when she was invited to join the famed Tennessee State University track program under Coach Ed Temple. He saw something extraordinary in her, a determination that turned every setback into fuel. She began competing nationally, her stride long and graceful, her will unshakable. She qualified for the 1956 Olympics in Melbourne at just 16 years old, and even though she only earned a bronze medal in the relay, she came home hungry for more. 4 years later in Rome, the world would finally see what fate had in store. By then, she had grown into a tall, striking young woman, just under 6 feet, with a runner's build and a quiet confidence that turned heads. When the starting gun fired in the 100 meters, she exploded off the line. She sprinted past the competition, crossing the finish with ease. Gold. She did it again in the 200 meters, another gold. And then in the 4x100 relay, she anchored her team to victory. 3 gold medals in a single Olympic Games. The girl who had once been told she'd never walk again had become the fastest woman in the world. Her name? Wilma Rudolph. Wilma's victories in Rome made her an international star. She broke barriers not only in athletes, but in society, insisting that her homecoming parade in Clarksville, Tennessee, be the town's first fully integrated public event. She used her platform to inspire young women and men around the world, proving that greatness doesn't come from the absence of hardship, but from the courage to rise above it. From leg braces to Olympic gold, from forgotten child to global icon, hers was not just a race against time. It was a race against fate. And she won. This has been Twist of Fate Radio. I'm Angela Clark. Until next time, remember, sometimes the smallest choices lead to the biggest consequences. Want to explore more stories like this? Visit twistoffateradio.com. There you can read more details about this story and others like it. Plus, you can submit your own Twist of Fate story to be considered for a future episode. You never know what twist of fate is coming next.